12 breaths where you are. Decide what you want to bring into your practice today. Decide what you'd like to leave on your mat before we get started. And then with your next inhale, your legs can go long, arms can go long. Take a full body stretch, waking everything up. And then as you exhale, come into a ball, hugging the knees, giving yourself a nice little hug, maybe rocking back and forth, massaging the lower back. And then we'll drop the knees to the left. On the next exhale, arms go wide, supine twist. Take a breath here. Inhale, come back to center. And then as you exhale, dropping off towards the right, supine twist to the other side. Take a breath here. And then on your next inhale, coming back towards center, giving your knees one more squeeze, and then setting down the soles of the feet. We're going to move into rolling bridges. So inhale, you rise up to your bridge, one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, slowly returning to the earth, one vertebrae at a time. Sticking with these moves at your own pace, inhaling up, and then exhaling, rolling down. We'll be here for a few breaths, waking up the spine, really pressing down to float up. Take one more round. And then when your back is against the earth, you can bring the knees back into your chest. We're going to move into some slow bicycles. So slowly picking your shoulders, chest, and neck off the ground, and then pressing equally back into your hands instead of just yanking on your neck forward. We'll take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, left elbow goes to right knee. Inhale in the middle, exhale, switch. Keep moving with this. We're moving nice and slow, waking up the body. And then next time, left elbow to right knee, we'll stay here. And then crunch the right elbow up to meet the left for 3, 2, 1. Back to bicycles, right elbow, left knee, left elbow, right knee. One more time, right elbow, stay here, and then crunch up with the left elbow, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do this one more time through, so 3 bicycles, and then 3 crunches. Last time, 3 bicycles, and then 3 crunches. 3 more bicycles, and then we'll find a rest. You can let everything go, take a big stretch, say good morning to everything that just woke up, and then you can hug the knees in and start to roll the length of your spine if it's comfortable for you. Otherwise, you can just come to seated. Taking a couple rolls, seeing if you can almost stop towards the top before you touch your feet, engaging everything. And then when you're ready, rolling all the way over the ankles into your tabletop. Once you're in tabletop, finding a moment of alignment, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And then we'll start to move into cat-cow. So deep breath in, belly drops. Exhale, belly pulls in for cat. Moving through these at your own pace, one breath, one movement. Taking one more round. And then coming back to neutral, walking the hands towards the corners of the top of your mat. We're moving into puppy dog. And then just letting the chest dip. So we're really opening up across the chest and the shoulders. Your gaze shifts slightly forward, and if you want, your chest and chin can touch the ground. We'll be here for 2 breaths. I'm going to turn on that fan. Okay, and then with moving as little as possible, thread the right arm under the left. We're in a thread the needle puppy dog here, opening up the spine on the right shoulder. Take one more breath here. Then returning to center puppy dog, and then threading the left arm underneath and pausing for a breath here. Then returning to puppy dog, and when you arrive, starting to snake your body forward into Sphinx, so your arms stay where they are. Elbows are directly under the shoulders, and then imagine you're rooting down your pelvic bone, kind of squeezing the glutes, pressing the top of the feet into the mat, and then suctioning your hands to the mat and pulling backwards so the heart can go forwards. A really deep bend in the spine. Breathing deeply here, feeling the belly rise and fall against the earth. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, lowering the upper body down to the mat, and then bringing your fingertips out to the corner, we're going to start moving through some rolling up dog. So inhaling and pressing up, and then exhaling and rolling down. So adjust your fingertips as you need, maybe take it a little wider, and then you can start to roll through the shoulders. Inhaling, maybe rolling up to one side, exhale, rolling down towards the other. Really warming up and opening up that heart space, the upper body. And letting your breath move. Let yourself hear your breath. Take one more full round of whatever you're doing. And then returning down to the mat. Pressing back to child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. Let your upper body drape over your lower body. And take 3 breaths here. So today for our Surya Namaskar, we're going to move through Surya Namaskar B. Up until this point, we've only been doing A, so you can anticipate a little bit of a different flow. With that being said, pressing down into the palms, tucking the toes, take a deep breath in, hips rise, find your down dog. And then taking a couple breaths here to just settle in. So pedaling out the heels, working down through the palms and out through the fingertips. Take a deep breath in, filling the belly. And then exhale, let it all go. On your next inhale, your gaze shifts forward, and as you exhale, start to tiptoe towards the top of the mat. Find your forward fold. Reaching for opposite elbows when you arrive, hanging here in ragdoll, dropping the head, letting gravity do its work. Maybe swaying back and forth. Taking one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, find a halfway lift. Hands can find the earth or the shins. Exhale, fold as deeply as you can, maybe reaching for the calves or the heels. And then on your next inhale, rising all the way, arms go up. And as you exhale, hands come into prayer. Take one breath here, setting an intention for your practice. And then inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, hands plant, move it back towards plank. On the next inhale, we're going to push back to down dog. Right leg goes high. And then as you exhale, stepping the right foot between the hands, rising into a lunge, pausing for a beat here. And then exhaling, moving back towards your plank. Hips go high, down dog. Inhale, left toes go high. Exhale, find your high lunge, pausing for a beat. Exhale, plank. Find your, you can stay in plank this time and move through a flow. Your exhale brings you to down dog, where we'll take a full breath. Inhale, gaze shifts to the top of the mat. Exhale, feet follow. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms reach high. Exhale, hands clasp at the small of the back. Inhale, dragging the hands down towards the earth, opening across the chest. Exhale, fold. Letting your arms reach towards the ground in front of you. Inhale, lift halfway, arms unclasp. Exhale, find your plank. Down dog. Inhale, right leg high. exhale, high lunge. Inhale at the top. Exhale, down dog. Left leg high. Exhale, high lunge. Breathe at the top. Exhale, plank, move through a flow. Taking a breath once you arrive in down dog. And then with your next inhale, looking towards the top of the mat, exhale, moving. Inhale, lift halfway, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands meet at the small of the back, clasping and reaching down, chest goes up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, release the clasp, halfway lift. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right toes high. Exhale, high lunge. Inhale at the top. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, high lunge. Inhale at the top. Exhale, flow. Taking a full round of breath here and then moving through for the last time. Inhale, shift your gaze. Exhale, feet to follow. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, clasp. Inhale, chest opens up. Gaze lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right toes high. Exhale, high lunge. Inhale at the top. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, high lunge. Inhale at the top. Exhale, flow. We'll take 2 big breaths here and then we'll move on. Releasing all of your air. And then with your next inhale, right toes lift. Exhale, warrior one. So right foot between the hands. And then left foot goes down and back at a 45-degree angle. I personally like to take a wider stance here, so adjust as you need. But both feet are completely on the ground. Then once you arrive, hands will go high, and we'll stay here for a breath. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, find the clasp at the small of your back. Inhale, dragging that clasp down towards the earth, opening the chest. And then exhale, folding over, finding humble warrior. So your right shoulder can rest on your right knee, bowing your head, pausing here for a breath. As you inhale, slowly rising, hands unclasp, arms come high. And then as you take a deep breath in here, and as we exhale, we're gonna start to fold over that leg again. If you want, you can move into warrior 3, so left foot lifts off the mat and goes long behind you. Otherwise, you're here in your warrior 1 and just engaging the core to stay parallel with the ground. We'll be here for 1 more breath. And then touching the toes down, taking a deep breath in, you're in high lunge. And then exhale, finding low lunge, hands frame the foot. We're gonna move into supported side plank here. So dropping the left knee and then setting the right foot long into supported side plank. Once you arrive, taking a deep breath in and a big breath out, making sure the shoulder is over the wrist. And then we're gonna move through 10 leg lifts. So just bringing the leg to parallel and then dropping it back down. Getting these done at your own pace, making sure you're breathing, your breaths are deep and nourishing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On the last one, hold it up and then bend at the knee, reach for the foot behind the back. And then press the foot into the hand, opening up into a big circle. So your chest is pushing forward, pelvis is pushing forward, foot is kicking that hand away. 1 deep breath here. And then as you exhale, you can unwind, pushing towards your plank and then moving through a flow. Meeting in down dog. Once you arrive, take a deep breath in and a big breath out. Inhale, left toes go high. Exhale, foot between the hands, rising into warrior one. Right sole closes off towards the corner of the mat. Deep bend in the left knee, and we'll stay here for a breath. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, find your clasp at the small of your back. Inhale, dragging that down, lifting the chest and the gaze. And then exhale, folding down over the left knee, humble warrior. We're here for a breath. On your next inhale, starting to unwind, coming back to full warrior one. And then as you exhale, leaning over that front leg and stopping here, engaging the core, otherwise lifting off the right toes, moving into warrior three. Take one more round of breath here. And then on your next inhale, touching the toes down, rising into high lunge, and then exhaling, finding your low lunge, and twisting into your supported side plank. So right knee drops, right foot pivots backwards, and then left foot comes long. We have 10 leg lifts on this side, so getting started as you're ready. Moving with the breath, feeling everything that's working to lift that leg. Do you feel your obliques, your inner thighs, your core, that glute? Sending all of your air to those places. 4, 3, 2, last one. Reaching for that foot, moving into this quarter half moon, kicking the foot back into the hand, but seeing if you can maintain a stack in the shoulders, pressing everything forward to send that foot farther back. Here for one more breath. And then as you exhale, starting to unwind, moving towards your plank, and then finding a flow. In down dog, take a deep breath in. Exhale, big sigh out. One more time, inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. With your next inhale, right toes rise. Exhale, planting the foot between the hands, this time opening up to warrior two. Taking a moment to settle in here, deep bend in the right knee stacked above right ankle. We'll take a deep breath in, find peaceful. And then as you exhale, coming to center, hands frame the head. We're gonna move through a couple of tick-tocks here. So at your own pace, just imagine the elbows being able to touch the legs, moving with control, lighting those obliques up. One more round wherever you are. And then your inhale takes you back to peaceful. And then moving into peaceful triangle, so straightening that front leg any amount. And then exhaling, taking full triangle. Both legs are mostly straight, gentle bend in the front knee. And then hands open up and can rest on shin, or fingers can reach towards the earth. We'll take a deep breath in and a big breath out. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, sweeping that left hand down and around and turning the right foot to face the side of the mat. We're in wide-legged forward fold, and we'll hang here for 2 breaths. On your next inhale, starting to crawl back towards your low lunge in your right foot. And then we're gonna move through a few moves in plank. So I'll demonstrate so you don't have to hang in plank while you watch me do this. But take a deep breath in, send the right toes back. And then as you exhale, bringing the knee in towards the chest, send the foot back, and then out towards your right side body. If you don't want to straighten the leg, that's fine. You can keep a bend and then just kiss the tricep. So start moving, go at your own pace, 3 rounds of this, sticking with your breath, maybe dropping the left knee for a little extra support, whatever you need to do to engage that core and keep that plank strong. And then as you finish, finding your full plank again and moving through a flow. Once you've arrived in your down dog, we'll take a deep breath in and a big breath out. Inhale, left toes go high. Exhale, plank between the hands, open up warrior 2. Same thing on this side, taking just a moment to find your spot, whatever's feeling good. And then with the next inhale, we'll move back towards peaceful. And then as you rise, framing your head with your hands and moving through your tic-tacs. Just a few rounds here. We're done with these when we're done with this side. So working them, making them count. Last full round. And then we'll meet in peaceful. And then straightening that front leg any amount, peaceful triangle. And then with your exhale, moving to full triangle. So opening up over that left leg, aiming for the shoulders to stack. The hips are pushing back towards the right hip. Gentle bend in the left knee. Full breath here. Deep inhale. And then as you exhale, sweeping that right hand around and down, finding your forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. If you want to take an inversion here, go ahead. We'll be here for 3 breaths. Otherwise, just taking turns bending into those knees. Maybe walking the fingers back behind you, pulling yourself a little bit deeper. One more full round of breath. And then on the inhale, walking towards your left foot to find your low lunge. And then moving through that same plank move here. So on your inhale, sending the foot back. Exhale, crunching it in. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, crunch towards the tricep. 2 more full rounds. You got this, staying strong, breathing through it. And then when you're finished, moving through a flow and meeting in down dog. Before we move on, you can take a couple rounds of breaths or grab a sip of water. Maybe rest for a beat in child's pose. And then meeting in down dog. We'll take 1 deep breath here for everyone to get on the same page. And then on your inhale, shifting your gaze and either tiptoeing, stepping, or hopping to the top of your mat. And then as you inhale, rising into chair. So deep bend in the knees. Look down and be mindful that your knees aren't crossing your toes too much. We want to keep them tucked back. And then deep crease in your hips. If you want, arms can go down to your sides. Otherwise, inhale, arms can go up. We're holding for 2 breaths. And then on your next exhale, hands come to prayer. We're going to move through some side chair flow. So inhale, center. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Inhale, center. We have 4 more. Opposite side. Next time your left elbow's on your right knee, stay here. Create some tension between the knee and the elbow. And then inhale, see if you can lift your left toes. Exhale, step it back. Find your twisted lunge. Once you arrive, staying here for a beat and doing the twist. Maybe opening the arms if that's available to you. And then with your next inhale, rising into full high lunge. And then dropping into a low lunge, so dropping the knee, pulsing twice. And then inhale, coming to rise with a bent knee or a straight leg, so you can kick if you want. We'll do 5 of these. So pulsing at the bottom, and then kicking or just rising. 4, 3, 2, last one, pulsing, and then kicking, and then you can release the legs, stay standing, maybe shake out the legs. We're gonna move into dancer. So taking a full breath where you are, and then bending the left knee, grabbing hold of the left foot with the left hand, and then we're gonna start to lean forward, and as you lean forward, start to kick the foot away from the body, and kick the hand away from the body with it. So you're creating that same circle that we made in the beginning of class, down on our knees. And then once you've gone as far as you can go, raising that right arm as if you're going into warrior 3. And then staying here for a full breath. Falling out and falling back in if you need. And then with your next inhale, rising back up, letting everything go, shaking it out. Take a deep breath in, arms go high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, finding a flow. Meeting in down dog. And then with your inhale, looking forward. Exhale, top of mat. Pausing in your fold. And then inhale, rising to chair. So again, we're staying here for 2 full breaths. Finding a nice deep seat. Keeping the chest lifted, the chin is tucked. And then with your next exhale, bringing the hands down towards prayer. And then inhaling here, exhaling over to the left this time. Inhaling center. And then keeping with this, we have 5. And then next time, your right elbow is on your left knee, staying there. Finding your side chair. And then creating enough tension here that you can balance on that one foot. Inhaling, right toes off the ground. Exhale, stepping them back, finding your lunge. Pausing here for a breath, maybe opening up if that's available to you. Full round of breath. And then with your next inhale, rising, finding your lunge. And then as you exhale, finding your 2 pulses. And then rising, finding your kick or just your lift. We have 4 more. 2. Last one. And then shaking it out, letting everything go. And then on your next inhale, moving into dancer. So reaching behind for that right foot. Inhale, left arm goes overhead. And then as you exhale, start tilting over to find parallel. Kicking the right foot into the hand. Creating a big circle of energy behind your back. Opening your heart towards everything ahead of you. Stay for a full breath. And then on your next inhale, rising up, shaking it out. And then inhale, arms go up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, flow. Once you arrive in your down dog, you can hang out here. Otherwise, dropping the knees and resting for a moment in your child's pose. We'll stay for 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then if you're in child's pose, tucking the toes, moving back towards down dog. Inhale, right toes go high. Exhale, finding pigeon on this side. So the right shin comes towards the hands. If this is uncomfortable or unavailable to you, you can just move to 90s. So both legs find 90 degrees and then just folding down over the leg, opening up the right hip. Wherever you are, starting to wind down a little bit. Taking 3 full rounds of breath here. Seeing with each exhale, if you can just let a little more tension go. Asking those muscles to just ease up a little bit. Asking the earth to become a little softer, embracing your shape. One last round of breath. And then as you inhale, find your long arms, pushing the earth away, moving back towards your down dog. Let's bring the right toes high and then bending the knee, bringing the right foot closer to the left glute, just opening up, giving that hip a breath. Maybe flipping your dog if you want, dropping that foot, and then pushing the earth away, upside down. And then wherever you're at, moving back towards down dog, pedaling it out, taking a deep breath. With your next inhale, left toes go high. Exhale, finding your 90s or your pigeon. Settling in. And then just walking it down, maybe pausing at your forearms, maybe dropping the head. Getting heavier with each exhale. We'll take one more full round of breath. And then with your next inhale, coming to long arms, pushing the earth away, rising into your three-legged dog, and then flipping that left leg over, opening up. Maybe finding your flip dog. And then returning to down dog, taking a breath here. And then starting to walk the toes in, finding a forward fold briefly, and then just sitting down on the mat, setting the leg longs in front of you, legs long. And then you can grab the left foot, bring the sole of the foot to the right inner thigh, and we'll find a fold here. So pressing down into the earth with your right fingertips. Inhale, left arm goes high. Exhale, fold. Left hand meets shin or foot. 3 rounds of breath here. Exhaling a little bit closer to the leg every time. To your next inhale, you can start to come back towards seated, and then switching up the legs. This time, left fingers behind the left glute. Inhale, right arm goes high, and then exhale, finding your fold. 3 breaths. Inhale and coming back towards seated. This time both legs go long, finding a gentle bend in the knees. Maybe pulling your butt out from under you, really bringing those butt bones down into the earth. Inhale, arms go high, and then exhale, staying straight as long as you can while you fold over the legs, and then eventually rounding the back, reaching for the calves or the feet. Taking 3 full rounds of breath here. On your next inhale, starting to rise up, and then as you exhale, slowly starting to make your way back down towards the earth on your back. I just feel like it wouldn't be my yoga class if we didn't end with a little core work. So we're gonna do just 5 like slow sit-ups. So you can bring the soles of your feet to the earth, knees are bent and pointing up. And then on the inhale, rising up to find your seat. And then as you exhale, rounding out the back and lowering as slowly as you can. Moving through these at your own pace, you have 5. But making every inch count, feeling that burn. This is your last bit of work. I have 2 more. Make your last one your absolute slowest. Find the point that you can't stay anymore and then just stay there. And then when you're done, release everything. Take a big breath in, find a big stretch. And then exhale, find your ball. Bring the knees in towards chest, give them a hug, a little rock. And then dropping them off towards the left, opening the arms wide. Gaze just off over the right. And then on your inhale, moving back towards center. Exhale, dropping the knees off towards the opposite side. Gaze goes opposite of knees. Inhale, knees come back towards center. This time the head and back, shoulders lift off the ground. See if you can nuzzle your knees between your nose. Maybe give your knees a kiss. It's Valentine's Day. Take one more deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let everything go. Moving into Shavasana. We'll be here for 10 breaths. So just settle in, let go. You can start to bring a little movement back to your body, wiggling your toes and your fingers, maybe nodding no, giving the back of the skull a little massage. Arms can come up overhead, deep breath in, full body stretch. And then with your exhale, rolling off either towards the left or the right, and pausing for a breath here. Sending all the love that you have down through the hand, pressing into the mat. And then with your next exhale, pushing the earth away, coming to seated. Or staying in your Shavasana, that's totally cool. And then we'll end our practice with 3 shared breaths. So as you arrive in your seat, letting all of your air go. And then inhaling, arms go up. Exhale, hands come down through prayer. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hands stop in prayer this time. You can let your eyes flutter shut or find a soft gaze. My prayer rises to my 3rd eye, and I bow to all of you. Thank you so much for attending class today. Namaste. And happy Valentine's Day.